Okay, good evening, everyone. So this is Syed Sonu here. So today in this webinar, we are going to see about new experimental mobile Blazor binding. So we will see more detail on what is the mobile Blazor binding and how it is useful and all the details we will be seeing in this webinar. So thank you all for joining. So before starting the webinar, I would like to thank CSUP Corner. So they gave me a great opportunity to make a webinar for all of you. And this is really a very good platform where we can meet the people and we can share our knowledge to our friends. And so I am very happy to be part of CSUP Corner. And thanks again CSUP Corner for providing me this opportunity to make a webinar for our friends and all. So today, as I told in this webinar, we are going to see about new experimental mobile Blazor binding. So this is very new one, and also it is in experimental means the production level is not yet developed and it is not yet to be used for so far. So the Microsoft recently introduced the mobile Blazor binding as an experimental version. So still, but we can download that and we can also start working on that. So first, I would like to give some small introduction about me. So my name is Syed Sono. I am from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, India. So I am a Microsoft MEP, CSUP Corner MEP, and Code Project MEP. And I have more than 13 plus years of experience in the software development. So mainly I have been in the Microsoft technologies, working so far in Microsoft technologies. So this is all about me. So presently I am in South Korea. So I am working here in South Korea for more than 10 years. So let's start the session. So before starting that working with mobile Blazor binding, so we need to have the prerequisites as the mobile Blazor binding will be support to work with minimum we need the .NET Core 3.0. So .NET Core 3.0 is the minimum requirement for to work with mobile Blazor binding. Okay, so and here we are using the version as the Visual Studio 2019, and I have already installed the .NET Core 3.0 SDK. So if you didn't install yet, so it will be good to install both the .NET Core 3.0 and the Visual Studio 2017. Also, you can work with the Visual Studio Mac to develop the mobile Blazor applications. So, but for this demo, I have been using this Visual Studio 2019 and .NET Core 3.0 SDK. Okay, so today in this webinar, we are going to see what is a new experimental mobile Blazor binding, and also we are going to see the architecture of mobile Blazor binding, and we will be see how to install the new experimental mobile Blazor binding, and we will create a simple application. And today I have planned to explain three different type of mobile native mobile application which can be developed using the mobile Blazor binding. So first demo I have created like a list. So we have created a list. So in the list we can see how to add a new list item and how to clear the new list item for both the Android and the iOS. So this was been developed using the mobile Blazor application. So the first example will be like we create a class and we add a list and we do the performance in the C sub code, and we run the output in the emulator as well as in the mobile Android mobile. So same like that, we will see one more demo application to create a simple game. So like example, we can create a game to find the like a name puzzle game, something like that. And also we will see one more kids game, so like how to learn the alphabetics. So like three different kind of applications how we will be seeing in this webinar to develop using this mobile Blazor finding using this. Okay, so first is so I think you can see the screen, so it should be visible to everyone now. So, introduction to new experimental mobile Blazor binding. So as I told that Mobile Blazor Binding is initially released on January 14th by Microsoft. So they when they released this version, they mentioned as it is the experimental version, as there is no production version is still at developed. So still the Microsoft is working on this new experimental Mobile Blazor Binding. So why we need this Mobile Blazor Binding? Because the main aim of this using this Mobile Blazor Binding is to develop the native mobile applications, so which can be used for both Android as well as iOS. Okay, so but now we have already have the Xamarin, and also we have already the Android and all those things. Then why we need to use this Mobile Blazor Binding? So if the people ask the question, so it is very simple. As the Xamarin.forums, all it is like a MVVM pattern, that is the model view and view model pattern. So the Xamarin and all, it is like MVVM pattern, but this new Blazor Mobile Blazor Binding, which is like a web pattern. So which means, so the coding is not much complicated like MVVM pattern. So any web developer, they can start working to create any app for Android and iOS using this Mobile Blazor Binding. So this is makes the web developer to write a code for any mobile very simple and easy. So the main thing is in the Mobile Blazor Binding. So we are using this the UI development. For the UI development, it has been used the Xamarin Forum UI component, and for the coding part, it has been used as the C# coding. So we will be using the C# code plus the Xamarin Forum for a UI component. These two mixer is the these two mixer is the Mobile Blazor Binding. So here we can see the architecture. Okay, so as I told, it is a web pattern. Mobile Blazor Binding is a web pattern, and which will make the web developer more easy to develop the native mobile application. So it is to be supported for both the iOS and for the Android, and also so it is the C# and mobile UI components. So the mobile UI components, we will be using the Xamarin.forum, the Xamarin.forms native UI components. So next we can see that here we have the architecture of that Xamarin Mobile Blazor Binding. So Mobile Blazor Binding has the Microsoft Mobile Blazor Binding core component. So this has been using that both the Xamarin.forums as well as it is using the ASP.NET Core Razor components. So these two combinations is in this Mobile Blazor Binding core, and also it uses SAD UI. So SAD UI, which will be used to create a native app for this Android backend as well as for the iOS backend. So here we can see that more detail. So Mobile Blazor Binding library architecture will be like this. So like it is a combination of Xamarin Forums and ASP.NET Core Razor components. So the Xamarin Forums has been used in this Microsoft.Mobile Blazor Binding core component, and for the ASP.NET Core Razor components will be used in this library called the Microsoft.Mobile Blazor Binding core libraries. So these all will be in the SAD UI, which will be used to create the development for our the Android and for the iOS native mobile app development. Okay, so we will see how to create one project also. So before that, as I told, the UI component is being used, the Xamarin .forms.ui component has been used here. So far, Microsoft has introduced that activity indicator, so button, entry, image, label, stepper, and cell. So these are all the components of controls which can be used for to be working with the Mobile Blazor bindings. So rest of the controls is been Microsoft is still working. So the orange color controls are the Microsoft plan to release soon. So rest of the component of controls like box view, picker, map, and all. So these are all the controls. So now example here, this is the button control and entry control and image control and label control. So we all know that the button entry is nothing but the text box control. So now so far the current version of the mobile Blazor binding which is released is being supported to work only with these green color controls. So Microsoft is working with this orange color controls to be released soon, and after that they plan to introduce other controls to be work for developing the mobile Blazor binding application. So we will see that all one by one. And another thing is, as we told that Mobile Blazor binding is using the forms UI components, and also this will support that Xamarin.essentials also. So Xamarin.essentials is used to get the mobile informations. So we will be using this. It is a API. So we will be using this to get mobile informations. Now, example, if you want to get the battery state of the mobile, like Android or iOS mobile, if you want to get the battery state, so we will be using this Xamarin.essentials to get the current battery, how much battery is remaining, like that informations. We can use this battery state API. We can get the informations. So and also same like that, like vibrate, phone vibrate details, and like text to speech details. So email and SMS, like this kind of mobile based things can be, we can using this Xamarin.essential. We can get using that API, we can get all the data. So here for our application, for the mobile application, we have used the text to speech. Now example, if we type some text and we can convert to the speech, and when we click some button, we can make some action to display the make us a sound to pronounce the what text has been given, and the output as like a sound. So we will see that in our application development. Okay, so next one is like we will see how to install the mobile Blazor binding. So for now, we can use the command prompt. Using the command prompt, we can install the mobile Blazor binding. So to install that, here we use the .NET new hyphen I. I is for install, and install, we are going to install the mobile Blazor binding templates. And first we need to install the template. So far we can create a mobile Blazor binding using our Visual Studio 2019 and .NET Core 3.0. And this is the version, as this is the beta version. So this is what the version currently we have. So we copy this and we open the command. Okay, so this is to install the mobile binding applications templates. So I have already installed this, so we can see the information as I have already installed that. So here we can see the information as the mobile Blazor binding template has been installed to our Visual Studio. So now we are good to go to create a project using for the mobile Blazor binding. And the same thing, if we want to, this is to install. For install, we give the hyphen I. Same like that, if we want to uninstall the mobile Blazor binding from our computer, so here we will give the hyphen U. Okay, here we will give hyphen U, mobile Blazor binding template. We run this command in the command prompt or in the cell. So if we run this, the mobile Blazor binding template will be removed from our computer. So this is to install, and this is for install. We use the I, and we give that template, and we give the version of the mobile Blazor binding, and the beta. It is a beta version, and same like that to delete, uninstall. We will use this hyphen U, and we give this template. Okay, so this is for the installing and uninstalling the mobile Blazor binding template. So next one we have is the we create our new project. Okay, so this is an experimental version. So currently we can using only the command prompt, we can create our project. Okay, so to create the mobile Blazor binding project, we give we give .NET new. This is a new project we are going to create, and we give Mobile Blazor Bindings, and here we give -o and our project name. So finally we give our project name. So this is the project name we are going to give. You can give any project name here. So I make it as a test project. So I copy this code and we open the command prompt. Okay, and I go to d colon. Okay, so in this folder, I will create the new project now. So in D drive, inside the Android and Blazor folder, we are going to create a demo project now. So okay, so inside this folder, I'm going to create a project. As I told, to create a project, we copy the code from here, and if you run this, we can see that the template project has been created successfully. So now if we open our the root folder, and here we can see that so new project has been created. Okay, sorry, I need to, I will create here. I did a mistake as I didn't give the another folder name. So here we can see that our new project has been created. You can see that Blazor mobile test. So when we open this folder, so here we can see our solution, our project solution name. Project solution name, we will be having the same name as our project name. And apart from that, we will be having like a 3 folder. So Blazor mobile test, and Blazor mobile test is our project name what we give. So our next folder we have the Blazor mobile test.android, and next folder name we have the Blazor mobile test.ios. Okay, so now I open this solution in the Visual Studio 2019. Let's wait for a few seconds so the solution open. Okay, now we have created the project successfully. So when you open the project solution, so here in the right in the solution explorer, here we can see like 3 project will be added to our main solution. So one is our project name, Blazor mobile test is our project name. So here we can say this project is the shared project. Okay, so here we will be having all our Blazor components, and Xamarin.Forum's UI components can be designed inside this SAD project. So apart from that, we will be having 2 more projects. One is that Android, and one is that iOS project. So these 2 projects, all our development we will be doing in our SAD project. So this is called as a SAD project. So here we can see some kind of counter.razor and hello world.razor. Some demo sample has been already created here using the razor components, and also the counter example has been added here. Okay, so apart from that, we can see there is the Android project as well as the iOS project. So now here I will explain this project one by one. So in the SAT project, we can see there is a app, one class called the app.cs. Also we have a import.cs. Okay, so I will explain from this. Maybe that is not visible, so I will explain using this. So in our SAT project, we can see that it is a Razor project. So here we will be having import.razor app.cs and counter.razor and hello world.razor as a sample over here. So here import.razor will be having same like the all the directives we will be using to import, like using import xamarin.forums and all those things will be for using the in our project. The import part we will be using in the underscore imports.razor file, and also it will be having the app.cs file. So in the app.cs file, we can see that if you open import.razor file, okay, so here you can see that all the import part will be happened here. So here we can see by default when we create the project using Microsoft dot Mobile Blazor Bindings, okay, and also here we can see Microsoft dot Mobile Blazor Bindings dot elements and Microsoft dot Xamarin dot forms. So this all will be default imported in the import.razor file. Next one we have is the app.cs file. So this file is very very important, and this file is to it is like a starting point of the project, our project. So when the project is built and run, so this app.cs will be hit first, and in this app.cs file we can see that host.add component. So here that host.add component is we are mentioning which razor component should be displayed first. When we open that our program in any native mobiles. Now it can be in the Android or it can be in the iOS. So when we run the when we open the program, so first this app.cs will be triggered, and in this constructor it will run in this constructor. And here we can see add component, we have used the hello world. Hello world is the razor component. So here we have created the default template will be created the hello world component. So in the hello world component here they have used the label, example label, and here they give the example as the hello world. And also they have added one more component in within this hello world component. So here we can see that counter. So counter is nothing but another component. So here we can see the counter.razor. So in counter.razor, what they have added is they have created one button. Okay, so here we can see that as we told that the mobile blazor binding has been using Xamarin for that forums UI component. So the frame, stack layout, button, label, these are all the Xamarin.forms UI component. So using this component, we create the native mobile application. And apart from that, in code part, we can see that it has been used purely the C# code has been used here. So and again, it is same like our ASP.NET Core Blazor applications. When we develop that, we will be having the HTML part and the C# code part, and same in our Blazor web application development, we'll be using the button. In button on click, we call the method. So same like that, here we have called the method as the increment count. So in this method, we created a we are adding the value as count plus plus like that. Okay, so we run these applications. So we can run these applications in the emulator or directly to our Android mobile. Okay, Android or iOS mobile. So here I have only the Android version. So the demo version I will be using targeting project will be I set as the Android. So as we told that here we have like three project, Blazor project, our SAD project, and we have the Android project and the iOS project. So if we run that, first we need to set the startup project. So here we set the startup project as the Android project. Okay, set as startup project, we make it as the Android project. If we do this, that default start project will be as Android, and you can see that. So here I have mobile. I have connected my Android phone with the USB. Okay, I have connected the phone with the USB. So you can see that If I connected, now I remove the USB. Okay, so if I remove that, we cannot see that Samsung. So here we don't see the Samsung. So I connect the USB, and also I already granted all the permission to connect this phone with that Visual Studio, and now we can see that in the run here we can see Samsung, like a Samsung versions. So we can run directly this program into the mobile, our Android mobile or iOS mobile, or we can also run directly to the emulator. So first we see with the emulator. Okay, so this is the test program. They have already, when we create a project, so Microsoft, they have already created a sample template with adding the hello world message, also that increment value to be made by the button click. Okay, so here we select as now I am running directly to my mobile. Okay, I will show that. I think it should be visible. Okay, so wait for a few seconds. And here you can see that our application is building and ready to run. Okay. Okay, it's done now. It is very, very simple. We just connect our Android or iOS mobile and set the project as the iOS or Android. And we using the USB connections, we can directly run our project with that our phone. Okay, so now we can see that here all the process is happening and building, and we can see that as that our it is now still is working. Okay, so here we can see that our project is opened here. Okay, and we can see our project here. So this is just a sample, like a increment. Uh, okay, so this is demo for the increment. Now same program we will be running in the emulator. Okay, so for running in the emulator, we select first we need to install the emulator here. I have already installed the emulator. So for installing the emulator, here we can see open Android device manager. So here I have already installed the emulator. Okay, first we need to install the emulator. If you want to add a new emulator, so you can create like this, and you can create your emulator. This is for Android. Okay, so now I have targeted only for the Android one. And after that also we also have to install the SDK, emulator SDK. So for installing that, here we select which SDK need to be installed, and from the tools, here we give that and Android emulator need to be checked, and we check all this like Android SDK tools, and we make confirm as all this has been checked. And if it is not, you need to check this, and you make it as the apply changes for the first time use. So I have already installed this one. The SDK is already installed in my computer. So now I select my emulator, and then I can click run. Okay. So if I click run, you can see that as in my screen that the emulator has been opened here. So our project will be built, and it will be automatically opened in the emulator. You can see that in the screen. Okay, so here we can see that our demo sample has been created as hello world message has been displayed, and the increment function is happening here. Okay, so if you want to change, what we can do is now example in hello world, we can change the text as welcome to mobile world. Example, we give welcome to mobile world, and here label text it has been there. So and in counter also we can if you want we can give some more label, and I think this is only we see that. Okay, so here we can see that we have changed the message in that our hello world dot razor page. From here we have changed only the welcome to mobile world message here. So here we can see welcome to mobile world message has been updated. So and also it has the increment functions. So now we add one more text in the counter dot razor. Okay, so in counter.razor, what I will do is I create one more frame here, and I will add one more stack layout. So stack layout is nothing but it is same like our div tag we used in our HTML. So I opened and I am closing the frame and the stack layout. So I set this color as yellow. Okay, so here inside this I create one label. Okay, so here I give the text as text equal to Shano. I give my name example, and we close the label, and we can see that what is happened now. So we create one more frame and we set that frame color as yellow. Okay. So now if we run that, so this text this code we have been added in our counter dot razor component. So when we run that, we see what it is happening. Okay, so here we can see that the new label has been added in our counter.razor component, and we have displayed the text as the sono. Also, we have the increment button here. Okay, so next what we do is we try to create one list. Okay, I have already made a demo program. I will show the demo program first, and we will see how to create that project. Okay, so here I have made one demo program. So I want to run this program in the emulator instead of the mobile. So I select the emulator here and I click run. Okay, so it takes few seconds and the project is building and it will be open in the emulator. So okay, it is ready now. We can see that in the emulator, our new program will be open now. So here we can see that there is a same hello world example, but I have added one text box here. I have added one text box here. Also, I have added two more button as add user and a clear user. Okay, now example here I give my name, and if I click add user, then we can see that we have added one user here, and I have add one more name. Okay, so here we can see that we are adding these names to the list, and we are displaying the result in our same mobile screen. So this we create purely with our csop and xamarin forum ui component. So but we have created in the sat project, so this project can be run entirely on any android as well as in the ios mobile applications. So here we can give any kind of name, and if we add we can see that. And also I have a clear button. Okay, when I click the clear, our list will be cleared. So we will see how to create this project. So for this, what we do is we have created a test project. So here I will add one new class. To add the list, I will create a new class. So instead of user details, we can make us now example customer details. So example, we can add only the customer name here. So I will make it as cust details. I give the class name as cust details and click add. Okay, so it's mistake. Sorry for that. I didn't create. I created as a controller, I think. So I need to create as a class. So I will create as a class file, and here we give us the cust details.cs, and we click add. Okay, so we make it as the public class, and here we give some name, uh, first name. Okay, so here we have created one class, and we added the property as we give the class name as the cust details, and we give our property name as the cust name. So next one, we create one new razor component here. So we are not going to use our existing counter.razor component. So we try to add one new component. To add the component, we click add a new item, and here we select razor component. So the dot razor should be there. So here we give the component name as list example. Okay, now example we give list simple. We make it as simple. So list dot razor. So here we can see as there is a new we have created a new component. So in the code part, what we do is we create a list. So I have already made a code, so we can copy and paste it over here. Okay, so I will explain all one by one. So this is no need. Okay, so first here we copy and paste this code here from my previous project. So here we have created one frame. So inside the frame color we set as a yellow, and we create one stack layout. So this is, as I told, this is like a div. So we make it as a new tab, something like that, to make the screen different. So here we have the entry. Okay, so as I told that uh, so far in the Microsoft Mobile Blazor Binding, so we can use only this entry control, image control, label control, button control, stepper control, and all. So now we have seen that example of the button control and the label control. So now we are going to see for the entry control. So entry, as I told, it is for that our text box. Okay, and also we will be seeing using the image control in our next project. So we have created an entry as a text box, and here we use the bind text. So this at to bind text means here we have using that two-way binding. Okay, so here we have using the two-way binding, and we have created one. We have used the my name here. So here it is showing the error as we need to declare the variable first. So for that, what we do is in the code part. So my name equal to. So here, if we declare this value, my name, here if we declare within the code part using the C# code, now we can see there is no error. Okay, so now it is good to go. And the next one, here what we have added only a text box, and we are going to add the two using the two-way binding, and we bind this my name text in our text box. Okay, and the next one is, so here we add two more button. Okay, so next we add two more button here. So we have created one more frame and the stack layout. So inside this we have created two button. So one button we used for the add. Here we are going to add a customer detail, customer name, example like that. So add customer and clear customer. So we make it as cust. Okay, so we make it short. So we give add cust, clear cust. Okay, so here it is the function name. So add username. So instead of that, we give the add cust name and clear users, and we make it as clear cust. Okay, so this is the function name. So we will create a function now here. So here we create one function for adding the customer, and next one we create one more function, clear cust. Okay, and next one what we do is we need to create that list here. Okay, so now our design part is completed, and next we use the for each. So here we are using the for each to bind the result when we click add button. So after add button, we bind the list result here. So we write the code for displaying the list data. So here what we do is list here cust details. Yes, we give object as the CST UST equal to. Okay, so here we have created the list here. Okay, so we have created we have already created our class and we give the property name as the cust name. Okay, so for that we have created the list here. So list is our class name as the cust details, and we created the object. And in for each, what we do is here we give sorry, COSTS example. We give like this. We give this object here, and here we give and we display the list details using the for each. We get all the list details one by one, and we bind the result in this label inside the label. So here we can see the cust dot. So here we have the cust name, so which is our class property name. So this is our class property name. So here we add the cust name dot to string, and after this we are good to go. So next one we have created two method add and clear. So we have next we have binded the result to the using the for each. We bind all the list data here. Okay, so we have created two method add and clear. So for add we have code, so we can use the same. And okay, so what we do is first I check if my name equal to empty. So this means that if the text box is empty, as I told, we make it the text box as the text box here we call it as the entry. If the entry is empty, if there is no text means, then we need to display the message as kindly enter some details or something like that. So for that first we check if the name is empty. Okay, and here we can give us custom name. So we change my name to custom name here, and also in the entry box we change it. And so here if the we check if the text box is empty, for that we check the we are using the two-way binding. So we check the variable which we declared is equal to empty means in the add button click, even if when the user is clicking the add button, we need to make sure as that the user should at least enter some name for the customer. So for that here and what we do is next is we add one title here. So before that I would like to add some title here. Mm, so first I would like to add the title. We give font size also, text declaration no need. We give font size as 30. Okay, customer details, and here we give okay customer details like that. And next one, here we check if the customer name is empty. We display for displaying the message error message. We use our browser application.current.mainpage.display alert. So using the display alert method, we give the message as the error or okay or what, and here we give the message content. So here we give enter customer uh, details. Okay, and here we have like we are going to add in our list here the value we are going to add here. So it is cost details, and here we give cost name. Okay, so this is our class name and this is our property name. So this property details we are going to add here. So we are going to clear it here. So okay, so we are done with this, and next one is we have is the clear. So to clear that function, into function we give cust dot clear. We call the clear method to clear the list here. So now we are done with this coding part. So when we are going to run this in our emulator. Okay, we need to add this. We have created one new component here. So, but this component we should be add in our hello world. So we didn't add yet. So first we need to add that. So for that we use open this hello world, and we check we give a name as. Okay. So we can run in our mobile here. So I am running directly in the mobile. Okay. So let's see that. Let's wait for a few seconds. It is building and running now. Okay, so it is opening in the mobile. So you can see that here we have a message as this. So where we can like customer details, we can enter the customer details here, and we have the add customer and all. So let's see, run this one in the emulator now. Okay, so the program is now opening in the emulator, and we can see the result now. So here we can see as a welcome to mobile world we have given in our hello world, and in the hello world component we have added our new newly created razor component as lists. So here we have in the list component. So in this razor component we have added we have displaying the data as the customer details, and here we can add the customer name as we can add here uh, some example add customer. So we can add this now here example Microsoft. So here we can see that, and if we click clear, So we clear the list. So this is a simple demo application where we can create a list and we can add a list to the in the button click, and we can find the result, and also we can clear the list. So same like that, I have created already two demo project. So this project I have already published in the csub corner website. So one is named as the to create a mobile application for the user. Now I will run this project and I will show that, and I will explain what I have done here. So we are running it in the So this is like some kind of a puzzle game application I have been created using that mobile Blazor binding. So here I have created like several buttons, something like that. So when we click the start button, and also in this application I have added like a xamarin.essential. Okay, so xamarin.essential, for adding the xamarin.essential, first we need to using the NuGet package, we install the package xamarin.essential. And in the coding part, what I have done is in the button click, if when the user they click on the start game, so I will display the voice message as so I will display some message as a five chance to display Shano. Okay, so in the start button click, we can see that I have created a button as the start button. Okay, so start game. So in the start game button, I have added the show button method. So when we go to this method, here we can see that in the method, first I will check for the data, and here I will be using that xamarin.essentials. So this is used to text to, we have been using the text to speech over here. And so I give the text as five chance to find Sano. So whenever we click the button, so it will be the voice we can hear as five chance to find Shanu, like that. So I have this game I have created, the rule is like that. So I will be finding the alphabetic character over here. Okay, so it is like a random. So whenever I click the start button, I will shuffle that alphabetic character and I will bind it in this button. So the rule is like to find the name. So when we click that any button, we will display that some character here, the button character. So it is like a puzzle game to so it is a like a puzzle game to find the username here. Okay, so this is like another kind of like a puzzle game which can be made very simple using the mobile Blazor binding. Okay, so I will show one more project demo here, and after this we can close the webinar today. So next I have created one more sample. So this is I will show this I will run this one. Okay, so I am running this in the my mobile phone in Samsung. Okay, so it is building now. I will show that one. It is still building. So let's see up to that, and let's wait. Okay, so the application is opening in my program. So here we can see that I have created this mobile application for the kids ages from the like 2 to 7 years old. So here we have like we will be displaying the alphabetic character and the image. So whenever if the kids they click the next button, B for ball. So we display the text and the sound. So here we can see that. So here we can have the play sound button. B for ball. B for ball. So we B can for see ball. That. B for ball. B for ball. B for ball. A for apple. A for apple. B for ball. C for cat. So we will be displaying this. C for cat. D for dog, E for elephant, F for fish, G for goat, H for hat, I for ice cream. So this mobile application I have been created using the Mobile Blazor Binding. So I again for this application also I have used Xamarin.Essential. So here we will be displaying whenever the button click we display that appropriate character text and character with like example if it is A for apple and B for ball, something like that. So this project also you can download from that system corner. In the my if I okay, so I will show the program little bit. And here this project, so this is the actual source. So in this project what I have made is I have added the images like alphabet A B for all the image. I have added inside the Android, inside the resources folder, inside the drawable folder I have added all the images first here. So I have created one new razor component as game component. So inside this I designed all that one, and also I have created two array here like A B C D like this. Also I have created first array A is for apple and B is for ball, C is for cat, something like this. A to Z I have already fixed that. So in the play sound we have like a play sound method. So when we click the play sound button I call this method. So in this method using the Xamarin Essential text to speech I find the which character has been clicked, and I will display appropriate character text along with the word. And also we will change the image. So we will change the image name. You can see that I have made the image file name. So here, yeah, apple.png and goat.png. So image file name I have made same like my array name. So whenever if you click the next button, I will display the appropriate image. Also, I will display the word with the sound. So this will be very, very interesting and interactive to the kids. So they will be enjoying this. So all these kind of similar native, this application we can be used for the Android as well as the iOS. So all these kind of application be developed using that Xamarin like a Mobile Blazor Binding. So I think hope this seminar is very interesting for you all. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Otherwise, we can wind up the call. So this project you can download from the CSUB corner, and if you have any question, you can ask me now. So otherwise, we can wind up the call.